You make more money, so why do you feel poorer? Two families, same street. One makes $140,000 a year. They've got $6,000 saved. The other makes $78,000 a year. They've got $70,000 saved. Same street, same schools, same grocery store. One of them is a bad month away from panic. The other one could lose their job tomorrow and just be fine for a year. Here's the part that should bother you. If you walked into both houses, you'd guess wrong about who's winning. Because winning doesn't look like anything. It's invisible. What you'd actually see is the opposite. Today, I'm showing you why the person earning less keeps ending up with more. And it's not about a side hustle, or timing the stock market, or some secret budgeting app. It's one idea nobody ever sits you down and explains. Everything you own is charging you rent every single month, whether you use it or not. This is Caveman economics, where we take modern money problems and strip them down to what our ancestors understood without needing a spreadsheet. Don't carry more than you can afford to carry. The two houses. Let's actually walk into house 1. There's a 3-row SUV in the driveway, upgraded last year, not because the old one broke, because it started to feel old. In the garage, a Peloton, untouched since February, doing an excellent job of holding towels. 3 kids in 3 different activities, because everyone else's kids are in 3 activities too. The kitchen got redone 2 summers ago. Nothing was wrong with it, it just didn't look like the kitchen's online anymore. It's a nice life. On paper, it's a great life. And every time the credit card statement lands, there's a small flinch. Because underneath the nice life, there's $6,000 between this family and a real problem. Now walk into house 2. 1 car, older, paid off. Nobody's proud of it. Nobody's embarrassed by it either. It starts every morning, that's the job it has. The couch is fine. The TV is fine. The kids do the one activity they actually begged for, not the second one added to keep their options open. Nothing in this house is going to impress anyone at a dinner party. And that's exactly the point. Nothing in this house is a problem either. Same neighborhood, the family earning almost half as much has 10 times the safety net. And the gap between them has nothing to do with income. It has everything to do with one number most people never calculate. The idea that changes everything. Here it is. Everything you buy charges you twice. The first charge is the one you see, the price on the receipt, the number that leaves your account. Everybody sees this one. It's the number your brain uses to decide if something's worth it. The second charge is the one almost nobody adds up. It's the rent you pay in space. Because everything you own has to live somewhere, and space costs money whether you're using the thing or not. It's the upkeep, insurance, gas, service plans, the slow trickle of maintenance that never shows up as one big number, just 100 small ones. It's the mental weight. One more thing to organize, clean around, and feel slightly guilty about. And it's the biggest one of all. What that money could have become if it wasn't sitting in a garage instead of an investment account. That treadmill wasn't $900. It's $900, plus the corner of the bedroom it's renting from you, plus whatever that $900 would have turned into if it had spent the last 10 years compounding instead of collecting laundry. Nobody calculates this. Not because people are bad at math, because each individual purchase feels too small to bother with. It's never one big mistake that sinks a $140,000 household down to $6,000 in savings. It's 100 small, completely reasonable-sounding purchases, each one invisible on its own. That's the whole game right there. Not income, not returns, not the stock picks. Margin. The gap between what you make and what you actually need to live the life you want. Everything people call building wealth is just what happens automatically once that gap exists. Here's how the people who always seem to have more money, regardless of what they earn, protect that gap. Rule 1. Cost per use. Before you buy anything, ask one question. How many times will I actually use this? Not the hopeful version of you, the one who's been busy and tired for the last 6 months. The $600 espresso machine you use every single morning, that's maybe 40 cents a use. Incredible deal. The $600 kayak you've used twice this summer, that's $300 a use, and it's going to sit in the garage charging you rent for the next 8 years. Same price tag, completely different purchase. The receipt tells you nothing. The math tells you everything. Rule 2, the replacement test. Walk through your own house tonight. Point at things. For each one, ask, if this vanished right now, would I go buy it again? The bread maker, the getting back into golf clubs, the home gym equipment that turned into a place to hang jackets. Be honest, for most of it, the answer is no. It's there out of habit, not want. It was a gift, or a phase, or a version of you from 3 years ago. Get rid of it. Not because minimalism is trendy, because everything sitting in your house that you wouldn't buy again is quietly taxing your attention and giving you absolutely nothing back for it. Rule 3. Boredom is not the same as broken. Here's a pattern that quietly wrecks people doing well in their 30s and 40s. They replace things that still work because they're bored of them. The car runs perfectly. It's getting old at 6 years. The kitchen functions fine. It just doesn't match the vision anymore. The phone does everything you need. It's not this year's model. Every one of those upgrades feels like progress. It feels like treating yourself. What it actually is your future money leaving quietly, dressed up as self-improvement. Do that with your phone, your car, your furniture, your kitchen, every few years for 30 years, and the total easily clears 6 figures. Not from one disaster, from 100 upgrades that each felt completely fine in the moment. The rule that protects you here is simple. Something gets replaced when it stops doing its job. Not when a newer version exists. Not when you're bored of it. When it actually breaks. Rule 4. Make saving automatic and spending annoying. Nobody overspends because they lack willpower. People overspend because spending is effortless and saving takes work. So flip it. Delete the saved card from the shopping apps. Give yourself a 48-hour rule before any purchase over $100. And set up your savings and investing to leave your account the day you get paid, before you ever see the number in checking. Willpower runs out by 8 p.m. on a hard day, every single time. A system that moves the money before you can touch it doesn't care what kind of day you had. Rule 5. Decide what enough looks like before the raise hits. Here's the trap that catches almost everyone climbing the income ladder. The raise comes in, the lifestyle grows to match it, the new lifestyle becomes the new normal, and now you need the next raise just to feel like you're making progress. Forever. This is exactly how someone earning $140,000 ends up with less breathing room than someone earning $78,000. The person on $78,000 decided in advance what a good enough house looks like, what a good enough car looks like. Then they earned toward that number instead of letting it keep moving. Everything past that line goes straight to savings. Pick your number now. A house that's enough. A car that's enough. A lifestyle that's genuinely enough. Once you've picked it, every future raise becomes pure margin instead of pure upgrade. Rule 6. Wealth is what you can say no to. Forget the driveway. Forget the kitchen. Real wealth is the ability to leave a job that's grinding you into the ground. To take 2 months off for a family emergency without your stomach dropping. To turn down a promotion because it costs you every evening with your kids. None of that is available to someone spending everything they make, no matter how big the number is. It's only available to someone with real distance between what they earn and what they need. Every single purchase is secretly a trade, stuff, or the freedom to choose your own life. Framed that way, most of these decisions stop being hard. House 2 didn't get to $70,000 in savings by earning more. They got there by being unusually clear about what actually mattered to them and skipping almost everything else. House 1 isn't reckless, and they're not bad with money in any obvious way. They just never once questioned the idea that a bigger paycheck should mean a bigger pile of stuff. Both of these lives are available to you right now at whatever you currently earn. The only real question is this: do you own your stuff, or does your stuff quietly own your calendar, your options, and your peace of mind? That's caveman economics. If this changed how you're looking at your own driveway, stick around. We've got more of these coming.